everyone, Tams here. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to make a very inexpensive art journal or just any type of journal out of magazines you probably have laying around the house already. Now, this is a great project for people that just don't want to spend a whole lot of money on journals. I know that can get pricey, and I totally understand. It's also a great idea for homeschool parents maybe that have children that want to do more with art. And this is a great alternative because you probably have a lot of these materials already lying around the house. It's also a great way to use up your supplies. Let me give credit where credit is due. I got this idea from a YouTube channel that is by an artist named Dee Dee Willingham, and I will link her channel below. She has much more in-depth, longer, detailed videos on how to do this. In this video, I'm going to quickly go through how you go about doing this. Now, the materials you're going to need are any magazine that you have. I have a weakness for the Somerset magazines. They're beautiful, and I have a hard time throwing them away because they have such beautiful images. And if you have that same problem and you're trying to reorganize and purge for the new year, you may find this project helpful. So any magazine, you don't have to have one of these, but this is just the type I tend to have around the house and I have a hard time throwing away. So we're going to show you how you can repurpose that. The other thing you're going to need is some type of paintbrush, and I just picked up a bunch of miscellaneous ones from Walmart. You can get like a pack for a few dollars. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money on a fancy paintbrush because it's going to be messy and it really doesn't matter. And then acrylic paint. Now I get these are cheapo acrylic paints I have laying around for kids in my life. You can get these. I find these at Walmart for like 50 cents or 75 cents, and you don't need that many. A little goes a long way, so you probably have some of this stuff laying around the house anyway. And then finally, if you want to take your journal to the next level and write in it, you can use something as simple as a ballpoint pen, but it is hard to write on top of a layer of acrylic paint. And I've had a lot of luck with these painter pens. I've seen them at various craft stores. You can use your coupons to get them, but I will link them below because you can also find them on Amazon. But just a note, they are cheaper if you use your coupons at like a regular craft store in your area. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so here is the example of the art journal I made out of a magazine that was very similar to this one. It was a Somerset Publications, beautiful magazine about journaling. It had beautiful photos inside of it, and I just wanted to use those. And instead of cutting them out, pasting them in another journal, I'm using them just as they are. And I'm going to show you how. First, I had to prep the journal. Now, as you can see, what I did for the cover, I took images that were already in other magazines that I had saved, and I glued them to the outside cover, and then I reinforced with some duct tape. I don't really care if I'm a little messy with this because this is a fun journal for me, but of course you can be more careful to make a straight line here. But I did reinforce the spine because when you prep it, here's how it's going to look versus an original. And I haven't even prepped this 100%. I'm probably about 70% done. So let me show you how you first prep the magazine before you start to use it. Now, here's a page that's found in these types of magazines that I like to have around the house. Just beautiful images of art, pictures, what have you. And in the past, I would maybe cut these out and collage with them. But what I'm doing instead is I am saving, just painting around the photos and highlighting them with this technique. So all you do is you go to a page in your magazine and you decide what you would like to keep. So in this magazine, I like this picture in the bottom left-hand corner. And what I would do is I'd take a coordinating color, maybe a cream or brown or something, and I would paint all around the image and then just cover everything else. Okay, and I'm going to show you an example. One of my favorite examples from this magazine was there was an article that featured Margot from the Royal Tenenbaums movie. I love that movie. And I just painted all around her and left her image there. Once you're done prepping the pages, this did take a while to prep the pages, and I've done about 70% of them, as you can see. All I did was I just left this magazine out on this table in my craft room, and I left out all my supplies. I did have to clean up each time. And for about a week, I really didn't have anything exciting going on, and I just go in my craft room and I just start slapping paint. And I do about 5 or 6 spreads a night, just as an easy, no think, not a whole lot of planning, just as an easy way to get something creative going. So it did take a while to prep the pages. You can prep as you go. I followed Dee Dee Willingham's instructions and tried to prep as many pages as I could. Now, she goes into great length on how you can layer and put different textures. All I did was to put down a layer of acrylic paint, and then once it dried, I came back with another color and I just splattered. Very simple. And I let that dry. So I'll show you some more pages that I have prepped so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. You can see some of the splattering on this page here as well. And sometimes I just left one full page because I thought it was fun. I tried to get a little creative with that one. I used some bold colors. Again, this image was originally in the magazine, so was this. And I think you get the picture, but it was just just prepping it alone is an act of creativity and a lot of fun. Now, what happens next is some people choose to use this prepped surface and build off of it as an art journal. You can totally do that. I decided to use this as a writing journal, as you can see. And this is a great way for what I call dark journaling. It's something I don't talk much about because I feel like it's just a topic that people really don't want to hear on YouTube. Most people want to be entertained. But personally, I feel like our journaling, because we're sharing so much of it on the internet, I feel like there's so much pressure to journal about positive and happy things all the time. And sometimes life is just not that great. You know, we all go through some bad spells. And I've always believed that journaling is just a great therapeutic way to help us get through those times. And sometimes we just want to dump out all our feelings and our thoughts. And I think that's normal and I think it's healthy. And I think this is a great type of journal to do that with because it's free flowing. You really don't have to worry about being pretty. You can find images that capture you at the moment, and it's not a whole lot of work that goes in there. So again, if you do want to use this as a written journal, I do caution use a lot of pens do not work over top of the acrylic. Some people have had good luck with just a plain old simple ballpoint pen. Again, I have found a lot of luck with these painters, and I have them in black and white. I have them in both fine and ultra fine. I do like the fine just personally because I feel like it gives it an artistic flair when it's a bigger font. So anyway, but again, that is a very simple way to turn just a magazine you probably have stashed in your house into a working art journal, and you can give it some new life, save a little money, have some fun, and make something beautiful. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.